In Virginia, the governor stated that he would even allow a newborn baby, wrap the baby up, make the baby comfortable, to be executed after birth. And that is why in my State of the Union address, I called on Congress to immediately pass legislation prohibiting the extreme late-term abortion of babies.
All right, welcome back. That was President Trump last night in Michigan talking about late-term abortion. A new Marist poll commissioned by the Knights of Columbus just found that the vast majority of New Yorkers oppose late-term abortion despite passage of that law recently in the state. The late-term abortion bills in Virginia and New York have shifted public opinion nationwide as well. Now there's a new film out today that tells a true story of a former Planned Parenthood executive who quit the organization and became a prominent advocate for the pro-life movement. Here's a preview.
I can't be a part of this anymore. Everything that they told us is a lie.
Don't underestimate the repercussions of this. You gotta be careful.
Rhonda, please don't do this! Rhonda!
Let me tell you what's going to happen if you walk through that door.
Congratulations. You've made an enemy of one of the most powerful organizations on the planet.
Earlier, we spoke with actress Ashley Bratcher. Ashley portrays the main character of the movie, Abby Johnson. The film's producer, Joe Knopp, also joined us to talk about the impact that this film could have on the national abortion debate. Ashley, Joe, thanks for being here. Great to see you both.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Now, Ashley,
it's great to be here.
Yeah, Joe, good to see you too, Ashley. And Ashley, I read that you've been warned that you could be blacklisted for playing the character of Abby Johnson here. And I know you're personally pro-life, but did you worry that this role in this movie could cost you work down the road?
No, not at all. Not for 1 second. I think that people were more concerned than I was. I don't walk in fear. I am firmly planted in my faith, so that's just not something that I think about. I have set out to walk in the will of God in my life, and I just believe that there's providence in that, so I don't have fear. It's really easy for me to root myself in my identity and not worry about it. I already have other offers on the table. I don't foresee that being an issue.
Joe, we know how most of Hollywood feels about the issue of pro-life versus pro-choice. We know a number of actors now are threatening the state of Georgia not to work there anymore after that state recently passed this heartbeat abortion bill. And also, we heard that the TV networks like Lifetime and Hallmark and HGTV wouldn't promote the movie, even though Lifetime did promote an interview with Scarlett Johansson, who's been very openly speaking very positively about Planned Parenthood. Joe, do you think that the networks like Lifetime are scared of Planned Parenthood?
You know, I think they're actually scared of losing their audience. You know, I think this subject matter is definitely controversial. They feel they often give us the excuse it's a political issue and they don't want to do political ads. So it's been a very frustrating and disappointing process for us.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of word of mouth. The trailer, just saw some folks talking about it on Twitter. A lot of people talk about the trailer itself giving them chills. But I did want to focus on Planned Parenthood. They issued a statement about the movie, and they say, quote, "The claims in this film are simply false. Planned Parenthood is proud to provide expert, high-quality health care to our patients, including safe and legal abortion in a safe and compassionate environment. The movie promotes many falsehoods, including, most importantly, distortions and incorrect depictions about health care." Ashley, what's your response to that?
I say go to checkmyclinic.org and look at all of the clinics across the country that don't pass health inspection. Why is abortion not being reported to the CDC? I think that there's something being hidden here. And if Planned Parenthood wants to be transparent about their health services, then they should be just as transparent as they claim to be.
Well, you know, earlier we played a soundbite from President Trump in Michigan last night. He slammed Democrats for their support of these late-term abortion bills, the one in Virginia and the one in New York as well. And he promised that action would be coming soon. But, Joe, as a political issue here, we've seen these public opinion polls sway in a very, distinct direction in favor of the pro-life movement. Do you think that either of you, question to you real quickly, we'll see an overturn of Roe v. Wade in our lifetimes?
I think it's very possible.
I do believe that
Go ahead, Joe.
I do believe that the images that these states are forcing people to have, the actual, especially as parents, full-size babies that are being murdered. I think for the first time, the pro-choice voters are being forced to truly see what they're voting for. And I think that is why we're seeing a sway in the poll. I think it's so easy to say they were pro-choice before, but now they're seeing what they're voting for, and I think it's crushing their hearts.
Yeah, I agree. I also think that Unplanned is going to have an impact on America, because for the first time we're putting a face to the victim. And when the Holocaust happened, that was part of what really swayed people and pushed them into action. The president was calling for journalists to take photos of the victims in the Holocaust, and it was really hard to look at and come face to face with. And that's part of what our movie does, is you have to look at that child directly in the face and figure out where you stand.
It's interesting, actually, you mentioned the Holocaust, because I remember being not quite old enough. This has an R rating, right? The movie does, because of the subject matter. I remember not being quite old enough to go see Schindler's List, but my parents, took me to see that movie, even though I wasn't old enough technically to see a rated R movie, because it was such an important film. And that's interesting you bring that up, Ashley, because I think this will have the same kind of effect. An R-rated movie, but important enough that this is a conversation the country is having right now, and I think this movie is really going to strike that nerve. And as you mentioned, it will have an impact. I look forward to catching the whole entire movie. It's available everywhere now across the country in about 1,000 theaters. Ashley and Joe, great to see you both. Thanks so much.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, up next is the third time a charm for British Prime Minister Theresa May's Brexit deal. We'll catch you up on that story and anything else you may have missed right after this.
You just watched Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing news channel. Newsmax TV is now available for free on your smartphone. Just go to your iPhone or Android store and download the free Newsmax TV app. Then you can watch free TV news with an American spin anytime, anywhere in the world. Newsmax TV, real news for real people.